Greetings and thank you for this day and welcome to this day. This is the Sunday Funday edition of you know what it is, Collectors Lounge International. And yes, I am your host, Leo Rockwell himself, or as some may deem, uh, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, thank you for basically being here. It's going to be a fun show today. I have some incredible guests. I have one special guest, my bro. You already know what it is, Cheating Ass Dan, from you know what it is. And if you don't watch the show, I can't tell you why you don't. Six Scale Reviews. You already know what time it is, man. So definitely we got Dan in the building. A rest with with the rest of the crew. So definitely I'm so glad to have everybody here and have you guys here on this day. We're going to talk about, some Ahsoka. We're going to talk about some shiny shinies, the clone troopers that were released. A couple of other things in the community that's actually going on. Also, we're going to get Dan's take on the in-art Joker set that he actually got in. So I'm just going to ask him about his experience and what's going on there. And also, I got a very important question to ask everybody, not only just basically the panel, but also everybody out there in the chat. And this has to do with collecting, the art of collecting and where you stand. So we're definitely going to have that conversation. So I thank you guys for being here and rocking with us this afternoon. But I can't do it without the crazy, incredible crew that I have on this panel today. What's going on with y'all, brothers? How y'all doing?
Ooh, excellent.
Shane just gave a wave. He was just like, hi. Hi.
Hey.
You forgot to put up your glasses.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, man? Definitely. Cam, what's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here, bro.
Yeah.
No Marvel stuff released, but that's okay. That's all right. We're here.
Hold up.
We're gonna still talk about it. It's all right.
We still gonna talk about some Marvel though.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about some Marvel. We're gonna talk about some Marvel because that's gonna be point of reference for another conversation. But we're gonna talk about that. So don't worry.
I'm excited now. I'm excited now.
It's not all about just Star Wars. It's about everything in this collecting universe, man. But it's just unfortunate. Well, not unfortunate. Just fortunate enough that last week they gave us some Star Wars content. So definitely we're gonna actually talk about that. So yeah, thank you for being here, my man. Dan, what's going on with you, bro? So glad to have you here with us today, man. What's
up,
on?
Man? It is early for me.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. But nah, dude, glad to be here. I haven't been on the Sunday show with you guys in a long time, so it's good to be back with you fellas. And yeah, man. Excited to talk some figures.
I told Toya, like, one of these days, bro, I'm gonna clip your laugh on
oh, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if it's already clipped out there somewhere. Yeah. I'm sure somebody just probably made a compilation of just all of the F-bombs I've dropped. And then the recent the recent LWO stream where I did a mini review on stream. Yeah, I'm sure somebody clipped that.
They clipped it.
Yeah,
that's gonna be that fun. That's very fun, man. Thank you for being here, bro. As always, if y'all haven't checked out his review on the NR Joker right now on Six Scale Reviews, if you haven't checked it out, definitely make sure you do. Great content over there. I can't wait to get mine. And the photo that you put up on Figure Flex Friday, we were like, me and Lumi were talking about it. It's just gonna be hard this week. We were like, we don't know. Put those pictures up and let everybody else decide, but we know what we want to see. So definitely, man. Yeah. Appreciate that, bro. Last but not least, my guy Shane himself. What's going on with you, bro?
I've already clipped it, and there's a review dropping on my channel, and it's just basically Dan with telling everyone how to pose properly. No, I haven't. I did watch your video yesterday, Dan. I really appreciate it as well. Kind of let's get another in-depth look at the in-art Joker, and I think mine should be shipping Tuesday, so I might have it in a week or two.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So looking forward to having a chat here, and nice way to spend a Sunday afternoon to see Dan and yourself, Lael and Cam again. So
definitely, man. Thank you for being here. My NR Joker, who knows? Who knows? They keep, who knows?
They keep pushing it back, dude.
They keep pushing it
Christmas
back, and they're saying that they're sending it in batches and stuff like that. So who knows? Yeah. I just got to wait and see when it's going to actually come. So I just washed my hands of it. It's out there. Once it comes, it comes. So I'm going to hit them up, though, again, just to kind of keep in contact, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thank you for being here. And thank you guys actually out there for being here. I'm going to run through the chat real quick. We got Joker J in the building. Thank you for being here, my brother. We got Agent Silver Fox in the building. I was talking to him earlier today. He had me dying. Thank you for being here, bro. We got William Owens, CT603 in the building. Thank you for being here. Mark P. Joker J is in the building. Let me see here. K. Carter, my guy, K. Carter is in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. We got Focus out there. We got Palau 89. Thank you for being there, man. We got Commander Green is in the building. Thank you for being here. Collectible Chats is here. My baby Latoya T is in the building. Thank you for being here, love. Who else we got? Brandon Salad. We got Renz, the great Renz Talentino is in the building. Thank you for being here. Tyria, Dow Carter. We have Empire Strikes Again. Thank you for being here. Mark Mitchell, AJ Agrusa. We got Windman 42. And we got new channel member. We got Fat Batman Collecting Nightmares in the building. Thank you for being there, man, as always. And thank you for being a member of the channel. We always appreciate that. And thank you for actually coming through. It's definitely going to be a great discussion. So I want to ask you a question first before we kind of dive deep into like everything that's going on. I mean, it's been, crazy months. Like we're seeing a whole bunch of releases. We're seeing a whole bunch of things that are actually happening right now. And right now, things that are dropping that's completely unexpected. So my basic question is, how prepared is everyone? How prepared are you right now? And what's your preparational stage? Because we're in a space where no one knows at this moment what the hell is going to drop, when it's going to drop. It's just always a waiting period. You know what I mean? Like, that Ahsoka dropped last week and no one knew that was going to drop. You know what I mean? The last I heard, it was delayed. They said like late March, or something like that. And that's what I was expecting to see. I thought they were going to stick with the Marvel trend, since they basically dropped Shang-Chi. I thought they were going to drop Wenwu next. I knew we had the clones that they were going to drop, so I was expecting to see that. But thing is, like, we're living in a space where it's completely unexpected. We don't know what's going to happen. Things that were delayed before. And Cam, you were talking about Marvel. There is a chance, literally there's a chance we could actually see a couple of different things this week. We can probably see Yelena. You never know.
Yeah. Where's Wanda at?
Right. Wanda, exactly. Because Wanda, there was no mention of that. That's basically been delayed. The last I heard was that they were having some problems or Mr. Damn, what's his name? Owner. What's his name again?
Feige?
No.
Howard Chan?
Howard Chan. Howie himself. I call him Howie. Howie himself wasn't happy at that, from what I heard with the figure. Therefore, they decided to hold off on it until, it was done right. And that was the last thing I actually heard. But the thing is, which is good, like if that's what they're doing and that's what they're doing and that's what needs to happen. But it's a simple fact that we are living in a space of unknown. There's nothing that's been updated. We haven't gotten any updated information on what's slated to come. We just know that there's delays. You know what I mean? So this Ahsoka was definitely a surprise. I'm even hearing that, a possibility that we might even get Casca Reeves sooner than later. You know what I mean? So there's so many different things that are going on right now. We know that both who is it? Loki's been, from the TVA, that version of Loki's been delayed. Yeah. So again, we don't know. And the thing is, I went on and I was like, this is always a sign for me. I went on the on Sideshow. Now I have the Catwoman, Selena Kyle order, on order from, from the Batman series, from the Nolan's Batman series. And normally you have an option, you have your options on, unless you've exhausted all your options, you have your options to switch the payment plan if you want to. Right. They don't have that option there anymore. It's not there, and the shipping cost is there. So I'm like, is it a possibility that they may drop? Because that we didn't get no mention of whether or not that was delayed or anything. Nothing's been said about that figure. It's just sliding under the radar. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like nothing's been said about that.
So I ordered that.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying. Like we never really know. So Cam, that's what I'm saying. Like again, Marvel figures that you might actually have on order. Yeah. You could, or things that you're looking for, we could possibly see at any given time. You know what I mean? Like there's no discussion as to what's coming. It's just that anything can drop. Anything that's out there right now can drop unexpectedly. Are you prepared?
No, not at all. I'm gonna be honest with you 100%. Like I feel like currently there's so many drops that I still want that I haven't picked up that I'm not even in the mental state or preparedness to be like, oh, all right, I'm looking forward to what's coming later on. You know what I'm saying? I think I have like, and there's a difference between drowning in figures you want and drowning in figures that you pre-ordered. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't do much pre-ordering because I'm like, there's no way my wallet will be able to keep up with everything I want at this time. You know what I'm saying? So strategically, I went through and was like, all right, I can get this now and get this later. I was able to see the Captain America from Endgame was going down on Sideshow to like 150. So I went ahead and jumped on that. I'm like, okay, that's a good deal. Like, I was like, that's a hell of a deal. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they're trying to make room or make space for new products that are coming in and stuff. So between that and then also the Black Panther, the 2.0, that was the only pre-orders I did so far because that is one I 100% want to add to my collection though.
Yeah.
But for everything that's coming through, I think a lot of people have to just know that, like, you know, you can be prepared for it, but don't try to keep up with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You try to keep up with everybody else.
You don't gotta get everything at once.
You don't.
Yeah.
There's going to be time for all that stuff. Trust me.
Space them out if you got to.
Exactly. Because you sit here and you like, I got 4 payments hitting on June 5th, 2023. You like,
that's a Hot Toys figure right there.
Like hit that DoorDash
payments.
So,
exactly.
Yeah,
like when you hitting it. And that's why I'm like, I'm preparing myself because I'm like, yo, if something drop right now, I'm in that London phase. So I'm really focused on that. So I'm not really worried about, you know, anything else that drops. It might be a slight chance that if it drops early and I'm not prepared for it, I might cancel it. Just be like, okay, I'll take that loss for right now. If it's available once I get back, then I'm ready. But that's it. I mean, that's my mind frame right now because it's just like I can't, you know, really, you know, it because the thing is I like it when we have a slate. Right. When we basically know, okay, this is what they're preparing to drop. This is what we could potentially see. Yeah. But when you start dropping things that are unexpected that you said that were delayed, that's when it kind of like, whoa.
And it gets even more fearful for me because it's like we have all these figures that are dropping, right? And I'm in the process of trying to keep up with the ones that I want, which I'm not able to yet. But there's still so many figures out there that haven't been released or haven't even been mentioned at all. Like you're looking at like Neymar. Anything else from the Black Panther series? Let's see, Kang hasn't come out. So we're like thinking about all these other figures that are later down the line coming out, and I'm like, damn, how am I gonna get there? You know what I'm saying? So
how am I gonna get to that point?
Yeah. So it's wild. It's wild. Yeah,
definitely, Meg. And Shane, same question, bro. Like how? I mean, I know, like with you though. The method is a bit different because for you it's easier considering the simple fact that you already have a plan on, okay, I know this is what I want, this is what I'm going to get, or I haven't pre-ordered any of these yet, so I don't have to worry about when certain things drop. Most of the things that you have on pre-order aren't until like maybe next year or something like that. So you kind of have a strategy there. But considering that we're seeing a lot of things that are on its way, you know, a lot of things that we are starting to see earlier. Would you say that you're kind of prepared for that, bro?
Yeah, I'm prepared, but like, I mean, it's still not going to be cheap. You know what I mean? It's like you said there, like I have 2 lists, the wish list and the pre-order list. Pre-order list, the list of figures I've already pre-ordered, and then the wish list of just basically anything that I want. So like if something pops into my head and I'm like, yeah, I think I want that, I put it down to the wish list, and then the wish list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you kind of go, okay, right, pre-order list has kind of dropped down because I got a few figures in. Maybe it's time to start forward planning because, as Cam said, you don't want to have 4 items charging on the one day in June, and then it's like, right, that's the cost of a small holiday, you know. So that's when I look at the wish list and I just prioritize it. I put the ones I really, really want in the top, and then the ones maybe not as much in the bottom, and just kind of trim the fat on that every now and then and pre-order the top 3, you know. So then you keep in, so it doesn't get out of control. And then sometimes you go, I don't actually want that, so it gives you thinking time as well. It's like, I actually put that on the wish list, but no, I don't want that. Maybe the head sculpt didn't come out the way I wanted, or maybe like it's going a different direction, or maybe it was like I thought I did, so I put on the wish list so I didn't FOMO in. But Yeah, like for example, I pre-ordered 4 things last week. Which that's obviously I don't do that regularly. That's something a bit of an anomaly. But I was never going to change my mind on that Batman 89 2.0 Deluxe.
Oh yeah.
That was so. I wanted to chip away and have something like that paid off. The last thing I ordered was Bane, and that was maybe a month ago. But that was straight up. I paid off half it. I'm not going to change my mind on that. And I sold a third-party Bane to help fund that. So I mean that was fine. The other 3 things I pre-ordered then was the Hobo Goblin, because I was waiting for that for a long time. So, and you know, it's just I want to I'm not going to change my mind in it, and I wanted to just trim the fat on the wait list, dip on the wait list, you know, and also Doc Ock. I was waiting to see the head sculpt, and then I was like, you know what? JC Hong, on the day that released, he put up a post on Facebook. This is not the final product.
Retool.
So I took a risk on that, you know. So I got that, and then the 1989 Batmobile. I went back and forth, and then eventually I was like, okay, you have a few display options, because I just refuse to buy something if it's going to stay in the box. That's just not how I roll. Like, you know, I want something. I want, if I'm buying something, to know roughly where I'm going to put it, have a display option. So I have a few options that I think will work, and I just pulled the trigger on it. I was like, yeah, grand. So basically, it's like I'm trying not to be in a situation exactly like Cam described, where June 12 months, like 4 things arrive in the same time, and you've already committed to go on holidays somewhere. Like, that's just not going to work. Just a bit kind of the ones that are really far out. I'll worry about them in 6 to 12 months. You know what I mean? The ones that I'm worried about the head sculpts, or worried about something on, I can worry about that. The Doc Ock obviously is a bit of an exception there, because I just really like the character. But like it's that works for me.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Appreciate that, man. And it's always definitely a plan. I know for you, you know, too, Dan. It's, you know, a mode of, you know, well, you know, I know I got this coming. I know I have an interest in that. But the thing is, your interest in IP, you have an interest in every IP, but you're very selective in that IP. Okay, I'll get this. Yeah. I'm not going to get that. I'll get this. I'm not going to get that. You know, pretty good that way. And it's kind of, we see that like right now in this community, bro. It's the best way to be, because shit is just dropping like nonstop, bro. And the thing is, it's always going to be unexpected. Before I let you go in on deep on that though, we got another guy who actually decided to get his ass on up and stop on in. We got up, Mafia. He said, I'm just going to dip in and say what up to everybody. What's good with you, brother?
I'm awake. It's early.
you both of y'all got coffee,
right? You gotta have coffee.
Yeah, got man. That coffee, bro. Look at Shane.
Man. That's what we gotta do. Damn. Dude, I run on caffeine and nicotine, bro. So
hey, yo, Cam, we get the memo, bro.
Drinking a supportive digestive soda. Lollipop and not coffee.
Oh yeah,
close.
Yo, we didn't get any type of. I didn't get the memo. I just got an empty bottle of water sitting right here.
Coffee does that in some ways, man.
Whatever works for you, man. You know.
Toya T, if you up there and if you listen to baby, can you get me some tea, please? I love you. If you could, give me some tea. Anyway, but definitely, Dan, your approach to this and the preparation. Because again, you know, you got the Joker, and we were back and forth with that shit for the longest time. Like, yo, you get yours. No, I ain't get my shit. My shit's on the way.
My shit. Damn it.
Yeah, right. Back and forth about that shit like all day. So, anyway, like prep for you, man. You know, how's it been, bro?
So it's like, all right. So, for people who don't know, I mainly prioritize Star Wars and DC. I purged a lot of my Marvel figures a long time ago, but I still have quite a few, like, to be honest.
But
welcome
to the club.
But a lot of them, I got rid of a lot of them. I trimmed a lot of the fat from Marvel. I rarely pick up a Marvel figure, man. I think when Wanda releases the WandaVision one, that'll probably be the last one for a while. So so that's that. But then like what I typically do is like I pre-order the stuff I really want. Like, I really, really want. And then I usually slap this more expensive stuff on payment plans. Like I have the Mark III Iron Man. I've been having that on a payment plan since it got announced, because I know like with the stuff that's expensive for me, like I don't like just dropping all that money at once. Like it just it's not that I probably can't. It's just that I just don't like doing that. I don't know. It's a mental thing. I just don't like doing that. So I like to pay my stuff off, like as best as I can. And then like, you know, I still haven't ordered the Mark VI. I really want that with the diode base and all that. I'm still getting that. I just have not pre-ordered it yet. But yeah, man, it's just for me, like I'm very choosy on what I get. You know, I try not to get everything. Even Star Wars, I don't get everything. Like I don't get a lot of the Clone Wars stuff. I just got like the core things that I like and that I want. Like Anakin, I'm gonna get the Obi-Wan. I still gotta pre-order that too. Like there's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff, like
almost like an oversaturation of stuff like right now.
Kind of. It's you know, like, you know, when I started collecting Hot Toys, I wasn't doing this much before, dude. Like it's been crazy lately. And like, you know, it's difficult. And I know, like, you know, it's hard because there's that FOMO thing. Like I get it, but like at the same time, there's so many places where you can get stuff later. And like, and for people who don't know, because I get questions all the time, like PayPal paying for is a good way. Like if something's in stock and you don't want to pay full price right now, PayPal paying for is a good way to do it. There's a lot of different ways, man. Affirm on Sideshow, you can pay that within. If you do that, you can get the figure now, pay it off in 6 months with no interest. So you can do a lot of stuff like that, and that also boosts your credit score if you didn't know that.
Yeah, but that can be dangerous.
It can. That's what I'm saying. You got to know what you're doing.
Right. Obviously. Use credit responsibly.
Yes. I mean, as an adult in general, you should use credit responsibly.
But some, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, shit, yeah, I can get this hot toy, I get that. No, because I did that shit too, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, so like, you know, I've done that.
I don't know if I like that figure that much. I already got it, and I still got to pay for it. You know what I mean? You're like, shit.
Me personally, like, I don't mind doing that. I'll do that because it's, I don't know. It's.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I do it too. I just, you know.
Yeah, that's another way I do it, because like, dude, if I can pay $12 to $30 a month between that range just for, you know, a $270 figure or whatever, then like, yeah, I'll do that over 6 months easy. Like, you know, sometimes it's more than that, sometimes like $50 a month. But then that's where you watch your pre-orders, and you got to make sure you do things the right way, because
enough about it.
It can overwhelm you real fast, and it's happened to me before. Like, you know, like it's tough. Like, you know, especially like me, like, dude, when I was getting these statues, man, like, oh man, it was rough, dude. I was just like, oh shit, like, you know, those $121 payments be hitting, so
they hit you hard, bro. And that's why I'm like, I kind of slowed down on the statue thing for a minute, bro, because like I said, I knew, you know, especially it would be different if I didn't have this trip coming up, and, you know, trying to make sure that things were kind of straight there. You know, I've hit up everybody, and I was like, yo, listen, you know, I need you to slow down on this one right now until, you know, especially Ray over at Underground. Like, he's really, really good. Underground figures. He's good with, like, you know, making sure that, you know, you're straight with certain things. So, but before I go to you, Anthony, real quick, I'm going to say shout out to my guy, Chasen, over there at Chasen Studios, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here and watching out the show, bro. So definitely, but and we talk about like preparational, and I know for you've been disciplined. Like you fall in the same range as, you know, both, you know, Cam and Shane when it comes to prioritizing my collection a certain way. I'm getting rid of this. I don't need that. I'm not going to have that. That doesn't work for me. This is what I want. This is, you know, where I'm at. But I know the difficult part for you, though, well, not really difficult in a sense, but somewhat difficult, is, you know, you have Star Trek, you have the OT, you know, Star Wars figures, you know, but Marvel, I know you basically stay away from unless it's like classic Marvel adaptations. So you're away from those things. So I don't think it's as hard for you, but at the same time, when we start getting into the Ecto ones, when we start getting into the 66 Batmobiles, when we start getting into the, you know, DeLoreans, and we starting to get into those spaces where everything is all nostalgia, it like, okay, how do I work this out? So what's your preparational stage for it? And are you prepared? Or would you say there's not really a way to really prepare for certain things?
Oh no, there is. There absolutely is. That's a good question too. No, you should always look to the future, right? As a collector, you know, if you're really into it, right? If you're really like deep in collecting, or even if you're starting out, man, it's good to know that like you can make a plan for yourself. Because I mean, regardless of that, like I still want everything, dude. Right? I still want everything. You almost consider it like a weird relationship of sorts, right? Where you're like, well, I'm with this person or whatever, but I still like everything over here. Like I do. I want all of this, but I can't, right? Like, but for a lot of different reasons too. You know, like for me, as you know, like I'm all OT, right? So, for example, all the vehicles, like last year, right? I was like, and you remember, because we talked about it like a year ago. I was like, oh shit, is Ecto 1 dropping? Like announced? I'm like, I'm getting that. Oh, the DeLorean, I'm getting that. The Batmobile, I'm getting, you know, so then once that, right? Like, so once that happens though, right? Like, it was all fine and dandy a year ago when I was like, sure, I'll get that.
Yeah.
Now they're all coming out, right? Okay, here's the 66, you know? So it's like, you have to, once like, at least with vehicles for me, it's like, once I see it be announced and I want it, that's when the planning begins. Because you don't want to get caught with your pants down, bro. Like, we're now all of a sudden it's shipping. And you're like, I don't have any room, or I don't have any money. You know, some people, like, this is what I'll do. Like, for example, like the Ecto 1. That's a big ticket item. It's like $2,000. So I don't put down an NRD, you know, so I plan ahead. Some people will do that, and that's fine. But when they get that check at the end of the meal, you got to cough up like $1,800. So I try to, bro. Big ticket stuff I'll do I'll pay it off over the time, so that way it doesn't feel like, you know, like Dan's saying, like with a firm and stuff, you're like, all right, cool, I can manage this every month or whatever, this X amount of dollars. It doesn't feel like I'm, you know, that I'm really spending that kind of money. And then when it's ready to ship, right, you're like, cool, I got my Batmobile. How about you? And people are like, well, shit, I forgot. Now I'm charged all this money, you know. So it's like, but for me, like I just like, Mando was a big deal, right? You know, I was talking about Mando for like 6 months, like getting rid of it, you know, because I had everything since the beginning. I kept a couple, right? Because I still want a little representation, but I didn't need everything. So sometimes you have to make those sacrifices. Not everybody, but
hey, Anthony,
I certainly do.
Got a question for you. Are you still getting this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, you know what? That's what I'm saying. Yo, he came on the show trying to enable like a motherfucker, bro. Like, was like, damn, bro.
Hey,
like,
I'm the worst person to ask questions about figures. Okay, people always like DM me on Instagram, like, hey man, what do you think about this figure? And don't ask me that because I will tell you to get it. All the time.
I don't think anybody. Well, see, there's a problem. I would almost agree with you. I'd say because I get a lot of people ask me that shit too, and it's tough because I'm not you.
Exactly.
So I don't know if you're like, hey, I want to get this DX19. I'd be like, well, that's lame because I don't like Christian Bale.
Yeah. See, I'm like,
get him out.
Dope ass figure.
Right.
Oh he's like, get him out. I'm like, get him.
Yeah, dude. So for me, I
triggered.
I hate getting asked. Well, I'm just saying, I hate getting asked that because if you love it, then get it. Right now, I can understand from a technical standpoint. Right. Yeah. A lot of people ask me about Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
you know, and I was like, well, she is a great figure. She's single jointed. You know, I think the portrait looks really good in hand. You know, sometimes you know, I'll give opinions on that. Like, okay, if you're cool with single joints and you enjoy the character, it's a great figure, right? That stuff's okay to give opinions, but like opinions on personal taste, different strokes, bro. I don't know. You may hate the property, and I'll love it.
Yeah. Real quick, I gotta ask you guys something. Did I miss something? Like, why is everyone wearing a beanie but me?
Because you're not properly dressed for the attire. Dude, I saw you. I was like,
dude, Angel
Silver Fox
called me out, bro. He's like,
he did.
He said,
you didn't get the memo,
man.
You gotta come correct, bro. Here on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays, bro. Like
I got you guys. Hold on. I got
He's
it.
got
Get the
one.
memo.
It's like, I'll be right back.
I like
I got
the way
one
he's
on
making
deck.
the
I got
effort.
one
I
on
like the-
Yeah.
He said he gonna go grab it.
Well, the worst part is he didn't have a beanie on, but then all you guys had glasses on. And then he took them off, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get my glasses upstairs. I'm about to run upstairs and get my glasses. I was like, hold on now.
Do you know, Leah, just something on that question you asked me, like, in terms of like, I chip away at my wish list so it doesn't get out of control, and then sometimes I remove things or sometimes I pre-ordered things. Yeah. Another bit of thing that I do is you got to have some dry powder. You have to have some dry powder on the side for when that invoice comes, like. So like, if you pre-ordered a big ticket item and you paid like 10% or 20%, you're only kicking the can because that 80% is coming, and then that shipping and tax, whatever. Like, so like I'm expecting that in-art Joker invoice anytime soon, and like if I set a FOMO into say the in-stock stuff, because Chinese New Year and nothing's coming out, everyone has a little browse at the in-stock guy. Oh, that's shipping. I can have it. It says ships today. That's how they get you.
Yeah, window shopping turns into real shopping.
No, I've been turning a blind eye to that because I know I'll screw myself when I get invoiced for something that I really, really wanted. I've ordered 12 months ago. It comes down the line. So dry powder, it's always good to, if you can resist stuff that you like for...
it's easier said than done, man.
It is.
Because sometimes, we're talking about 6-scale figures, but a lot of us collect multiple things too, right? Yeah. So there's always this, and listen, I'm dead serious, right? As I said, it is always easier said than done, but you want to also kind of have, if you can afford it, like a little bit of a nest egg of sorts, because things will drop, say like, you may not be into it, but this HasLab drops, right? There's the Proton Pack or something, or the Tomy Enterprise, right? If you're in, there's things that come out of nowhere and they're like, hey, you guys got, 10 days or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh shit, my money's all tied up in these pre-order payments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
it's 100% easier said than done. It's like, I think it's like, I've never had to quit smoking, but I imagine it's like what quitting smoking would be like. You could get all your nicotine patches in your gum, and you can get all that kind of stuff.
Don't work, bro. I'm chewing like a...
Unless you actually want to do it, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
I just noticed the Tool t-shirt, man. I just noticed the Tool t-shirt.
Always, bro. Yeah. Always. This was from 2011 concert tour.
Lateralis tour, no? Would it be? Or no, that's the one after.
After 10,000 days,
10,000 days.
We got CT603. I ain't shit. I can barely keep up with what I want. Personally, I fear Jazz going under and not having access to their amazing products. Get it now while I can at all costs. And I think, like I said, with Jazz, man, like I said, they're still, for them, still fairly new, but still doing their thing. And I think that people expect their product, and, the QC issues will always be addressed. As we see, it's not just with them. It's with other companies as well. It's just how you basically address it.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I'll tell you, this 66 is badass, but go ahead.
No. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say this 60, you can't see it. This 66 Batmobile is fucking badass. It's hard to see on my camera, but
I see
other than the power issue, right, that he sent me a new cord for, so that should be here in a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, I was blown away, man. I was stunned. Yeah. So, he's doing some good shit. Like, he really is.
Did anyone else notice how Mafia said, it's hard to see on my camera as I zoom in and have absolute perfect 4K picture? It's a bit hard to see, but you can see it crystal clear here perfectly.
I just
enhanced. I thought I was watching Blade Runner, man.
Say I am equal, man. Come on.
The lighting here.
You see, hey, then he did one of these. He was like, as you can see, it's hard to see. But as soon as he did it, it just zoomed.
So you get
like, he's smooth with it, though, man. He's smooth with it.
Or what's her name on Price is Right? What's her name? I forget her name. The host, she's always the one that just actually moves her hand and just goes there. No, not on Price is Right. On let's make the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
Vanna White.
Vanna White. He was just like, he just Vanna Whited that shit. He was like, here we go.
Well, hey.
As you can't hardly see, but it looks good. It looks great. But
hell yeah.
yeah.
No, but it is though. It is.
But speaking of which, I wanted to go into this real quick, man, because we were talking about, since we're sliding into QC issues, we're in that era where we're talking about, problems that people were having with the DeLorean lately. But before that, the big ticket talk was the problem that people were actually having with the Joker in the actual base. You have it in hand right now, and I know with you, especially being a fellow poser, what has been your experience? I mean, by the way, the video that you dropped is crazy. I suggest everybody else to go out there and watch it. But what has been your experience since you've had it in hand? And would you say that the concerns are overrated, or is it like this basically a user issue, or is it cause to be concerned about that base?
All right. So I will say this about the base: the magnets, they're meant to go a certain way. In the video, I showed where it is in the instructions. But the only thing I don't like about the base is that the magnets do force you to keep a certain pose, because if you try, I showed it in the video as well. I tried moving him, and it just snapped him right back to where he was. So that's the only thing. I hate being limited like that. But you don't have to use the base. I'm using it right now currently because I choose to, but you don't have to. He stands perfectly fine on his own, like on a flat surface. He stands great. The base though, like the magnets like are fine. You just got to really make sure it's in there and then have it balanced, because this is one of those figures. Like, I don't know, like I have a similar issue with me, like with Fison bodies. They're so posable that like you move one thing, you move another thing, and then like he's like kind of crooked, and like there's a lot of stuff you gotta butts with to make sure that he's straight, because there's a lot of articulating parts on him, dude. Like, I'm sure under that body, like there's so many different joints that move, so you just gotta really make sure. Like, it's not like a Hot Toys, like like let's say what's a perfect example of a figure that can't move? Like Captain America, his chest and all that don't really move much. It's very hard to he's very stiff, so like you got to really make sure, like with the Joker, that like he's standing up straight, because it's really easy to touch his chest and then he's leaning, and then there's just a lot of stuff you got to mess with that figure to make sure he's straight, because I've ran into that issue too. Like, I almost dropped that motherfucker a few times just because he's so posable. So like you got to look at him from all angles, like if you 360 him if you got to really make sure that he's actually up and down straight. But the
like you're right here. Look like your fingers are saying right here, motherfucker, right here.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think I did it. I think I was just like, these are where the magnets are sitting. So
yeah.
You were you were like, well, if you read the fucking instructions.
Yeah. Oh, no. I said,
tell us how you really feel, Dan.
Some of us can't read.
Right, I know. I'm just, nah, you're right though. You're right. I mean,
same. But yeah, no, like just look at the instructions. Like, it'll tell you. But like, I think what a lot of the problem is though is the Joker's shoes themselves. The shoes are a weird angle. They are very strange. So like, and a lot of people are used to Hot Toys and having that flat foot action. Like, there's not many figures that Hot Toys makes where the feet are actually curved up in that style of shoe. So like, it's very awkward. It is, like, even for me, like, it's very awkward to pose, because it's like, okay, I got to really make sure, like, if I got him like trying to get a walking pose, I got to really make sure that foot is secure. Like, you gotta, there's a lot of things, because those shoes really are weird. They're weird, man. Like, it is like, so you just got to make sure that he's sitting correctly. He's on those heels. Like, you're not, because it's really easy, man. It's really easy. But the base though itself, it's fine. Maybe some people were having issues with the magnets not being strong. You saw in the video I did, like that figure snapped to that thing. So
right, automatically, bam,
it's real snapped, really hard. It's very stiff, at least on mine. Like, I had a hard time getting that thing off. So like, that sounded weird, but yes.
He's like, I was like, oh shit, somebody go clip that.
Don't let Braden's motherfucking ass in there.
I think I watched the wrong video.
Maybe
that's the OnlyFans video.
Only Dan's.
For real though, like the base it's fine. It looks great. It's very lightweight, but this base right here though, this is the one I had an issue with. Is that mine is leaning a bit.
They all do.
Yeah,
that
so
was the thing, right? Joel had to tape his, if you remember.
yeah,
Like
so
Greta.
I think what their issue is with this is the fucking slot. They made it a little too wide.
loose.
A little too wide. So like that little bit of width starts to lean a bit. So what I did to fix mine is I got some cardboard, some decently thick cardboard. I folded them in half and I wedged it in there
to kind of
just keep it tight.
And I wedged it and it's tight and that thing ain't moving no more. It's solid. It's up and down. I actually got my jail cell in the detolf right now.
Word.
Yeah.
It
so
fit in, or did
I
you
got it.
remove one of the?
I didn't remove anything. I didn't do
It
anything.
just fits in.
It doesn't just fit in. It doesn't just fit in. You gotta that sounded weird again.
I love the way you're keeping
you
a straight
gotta-
face. Oh, you. Tell us more.
You
So
gotta
does it
finesse
fit in?
right?
Yeah. So the back of the detolf, there's a slot. So what I did is put the whole jail cell in, and the
Slid
top
it
of the jail
upward,
cell,
yeah.
the top of the jail cell fits in the back, so you can get it
right.
in there. Again,
So in other words, take your time, slide
your
in
time.
gently,
slide it in there
Slide-
gently,
and then
It'll
mount
fit in the
it
back.
proper.
Let's get
Right
it
in the
on.
back.
it'll go in the back. It'll
Okay.
slide right in the back.
Those are pro tips, guys.
Pro tips, people.
This sounds like the voice of experience and reason. Man. So,
Yo,
It is. You got
That's
low and
funny.
slow, baby.
Low and slow, baby. That's how it is. Oh, dang,
Yeah.
that's stupid funny, bro.
But yeah, no, I got him in there. I'm looking at him right now. Although, like, on the actual like glass that he's sitting on, like the back of the base, kind of, it looks a little off still, but that's because the base actually hangs off of the glass shelf itself a bit. But if it's in there, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't think it's too heavy for the detolf.
Yeah.
But there's no way it's fitting on the top. If you put it on the top, very top cube, it's not fitting there because there's no way for the jail cell to go up.
Right, it kind of slides
height.
behind the glass shelf.
Yeah.
like on
So-
shelf 2 or something. Or
Yes, yeah. So I have mine on shelf 2, and you could see like the jail cell is poking out on the next shelf just a tiny bit. I'd say about like 3/4 of an inch. But
That's good to know. It's a good idea.
yeah, so because I was like, man, I really want this on the detolf. Like I really want it in there. So like I was just trying to figure out a way to make sure that I can get it in there. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other way to say it, man.
This escalated quickly.
Yeah, dude. Because I was really debating between the detolf and the module case. And yeah, dude. I went with the the other base for the module case.
Yeah. See what I'm doing, with because I have the muscle rack. So what I'm doing is creating a really all white room. Where you have the tumbler, you have the DX19, but then I'm using the acrylic glass. I'm creating a acrylic glass gel cell that he's behind. So I'm not going to use. It's going to be the bench and him sitting on the bench with Batman looking in that acrylic glass gel cell at him as if he has him, in the Batcave, just him. As using him like as a point of reference to capture everybody else. So I'm just doing it a certain way. So I probably won't use the jail cell. It'll probably be there like in case I want to use it down the line, but I'm probably won't use it at all for right now.
It's heavy, man. It is really heavy. Like you can see in the video right there in the box, you can see the top corner, the bottom, like the top right corner of the jail cell. The styrofoam actually cracked. Like it's heavy, dude.
Yeah, I see it. I see it right there.
So it's like it's, and then CT says metal glass. Be careful. Yeah, be very careful. Like don't just you don't want to mess it up because you will break the glass. That shit is heavy. Just make sure it's secure. It's not going to move, and then you
just want to slide it in easy. Slide it in easy.
gentle.
Just be gentle. Look at Shane's face like, yo, they gonna clip every segment in this piece right here, man. Look at Luminar. See up there. He definitely.
Man.
Yeah, thank you. But all in all, like I said, your experience with it so far with the poses and stuff like that, there hasn't been any issues.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. The wrist pegs are a bit floppy for some reason. Like up and down rotation's very loose. I don't know why. It's just but the magnets are fine. Like the whole putting the gun in the hand, it doesn't fall out. Like that's not a problem for me. you know, it took me like a few days to film the review, right? So what I did was I put the machine gun on the one hand, and I let it just sit there, and I tested it, nothing. And in the review, I tell you guys, like, with the wrist pegs, you don't just put it on the wrist peg and then just pray it holds, because the magnet's not going to do it all. You got to push it in there all the way, and it will hold. Like, you're not, it's not going to fall. Dude. All the way, like, seriously, put some muscle into it, and it's not gonna break. Go. Like, dude, I'm being serious. Like,
no, you're not wrong. You definitely need to,
because a lot of folks I've been complaining about that, and like, you got to make sure that it's secured, because if not, then it's gonna fall. Of course, it's gonna fall. Like, it's not. But I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people just kind of stir up some issues, like, over small stuff, and overall, the figure's fantastic.
Ain't that the truth?
Like, the figure's fantastic. I think the biggest issue is definitely the jail cell, because that thing, for what it is, like, that should not have been a problem. Like, it's definitely a QC issue that InArt has to work on. I tell you guys that in the review as well. Like, it's something they gotta fix.
How much of an angle are we talking about? Like, say, you know, like,
it's nothing crazy. It's just, you can really tell it's off level. You can tell it's off level. You look at it, if you put it on flat surface, you look at it, that thing is wonky. So
and I noticed that one thing I was kind of concerned about, like, is the you described how, like, really nice the die-cast weaponry is, but that the magazine on the Glock and the machine gun as well, they do slip out. Right, okay.
Very finicky.
Yeah, but what you do, so it's just similarly to what Dan was saying with the base, you take a little piece of paper.
You could do that too, yeah.
That's what because I've got a lot of die-cast weapons from just all my military figures, World War II figures, you know. You take a little piece of paper, fold it in half or whatever to the right thickness.
You can even wrap it around the top of the magazine.
Right, you could do that, or, you know, slide it in a little to kind of create this wedge, and it'll.
Gotta create that wedge.
Well, you gotta kind of swoop it in, like, you know what I'm saying. Well, once it's in,
somebody is going to clip these little segments in this video, and they're going to call it After Dark, bro. And it's going to be just nothing but these comments. Like,
a lot of innuendos.
It'll be totally out of context. People will be like, what are they talking about?
I actually did something similar with you've the T800. I know you have it because you did a really good review on it, Anthony.
Thank you.
The machine gun he comes with from the police shootout scene, I found the magazine kept slipping out of that.
Yep. That's a perfect example. That's what I use on mine. Little piece of paper.
Yeah.
Just get it in.
I just got like the tiniest bit of, like, a little ball of blue tack. Enough, and I just put it inside and just was able to stick
that'll
it
work.
in.
Yeah, that'll work. If you put it, like, on
the
magazine,
have to sell it,
and then
if I have to sell, I'm just laughing at these comments. I'll be able to take it out with a tweezer, but you and I both know there's no way that I'm getting rid of that. Like,
exactly. There's no way.
Yeah.
I still want to get that one, man.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. Plus, especially since you, like, stuck it in right, you're not getting rid of it.
Yeah, stuck it in. Yeah,
that's right. That's usually what happens.
Well, it'll fall out.
Yeah, that's what happens. You stick it in right, and then you never get rid of it. That's it.
Nope. Once you're in, dude, you're in.
They're there forever. That's it.
Yeah, like swimwear.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You hold on to it till they disintegrate.
Wow. Anyway, great conversation about this piece, bro. Thanks for that, Dan, because, again, I mean, I think it's good for people to know, because like you said, there's been constant discussion about these pieces that could have deterred people from actually getting it.
There's one question that I always get, though, I'm still getting, is that how does it feel opening this? What's the quality like? How does this figure feel compared to Hot Toys? This is the question I get all the time. It's totally different, because, you know, it's kind of fucked up. Like, it really messed with my mind a bit. Was I opened this XC suit Batman, and I opened that after the InArt Joker, and I was just like, wow, the difference is crazy, because with the InArt, even though that box is massive and clunky and super weird, when you open that box, you take off the straps, just that feeling, it felt like I was opening a statue. Everything was so intentionally perfectly placed in the display. The even, like, down to the actual packaging of, like, the accessories, it's thick, it's premium. You feel like it's not gonna like nothing was wrong with it, you know.
Yeah.
So like just in terms of the packaging, like I'm just talking about packaging and what the unboxing experience was like. It comes with this massive shipper. I mean, dude, the shipper is at least 3 feet tall. Like it's huge. And then inside it's styrofoam of the actual art box.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you this question then, since this has been on the minds of pretty much everyone, and even including us because we went through it. Shane, you as well. What you're saying that the shipper being is in the box and the packaging being as big as it is.
Yeah.
Does it justify the price for shipping?
Shipping price. I can see why it's that expensive, bro. Like, I'll be honest, dude. When I picked up the box, dude, the box is like 15 pounds. It's heavy, dude. Yeah. Like with everything in there, it's heavy. Like I was like, oh, okay. I see.
What did you pay in the end? Was it about 260 or 250?
I paid about 260.
Yeah. 267. Yeah. 264.
So
something like that.
That's what I paid. And again, in the review, I mentioned everything. I tell you exactly what I paid.
Yeah, you were really transparent. I like that. It was good.
Yeah. So like, it's heavy. So like that's why I totally get why it's that expensive. I mean, of course, Toys Wonderland tried to fucking upcharge that to 300 something bullshit.
330.
Yeah. So. From what I hear, like even from like Kit, like everyone is charging like 2 something. So because like they said, it's a hot toy to ship, and I totally get it. Like,
and that's fair enough. I think the issue was they went from $95 to $330.
Yeah,
that was the issue.
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of a lie.
So, you don't want to basically set that expectation, even when they put it up on.
Yeah,
there,
they
like,
should have never done that. Just say you'll you'll find out when you get it. Like,
don't even
just
show
kicking
it.
the can for just kicking the shitstorm on. Like,
because I can see like Kit, like he said it too. Like he's losing out on money from the shipping because the box is so big, way bigger than they anticipated. So it's like I totally get it. Because I'm telling you, man, like I totally underestimated how big the art box is and the damn shipper. It's huge. Like I can't believe when it showed up to my door, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
But you know, like,
it looked like a statue box.
It looked like a statue box. It looked like a Sideshow premium format statue box. It's huge.
The fact that Kit is doing that and he's honoring the original price, everyone else is recognizing that as well. And I'm hearing a lot more people talking about him and going to him now. He's a lot of people's go-to Hong Kong retailer now. And you're right as well, because when I spoke to Lion Rock Toys and they said that, to be honest, the box is massive. It is going to be expensive, but it still wasn't, anywhere. It wasn't like $330,
bro.
Yeah, but you're right though, man, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Like Kit may be losing some money right now, but he's gaining it in the long game. Because he honored that free shipping, and that's customer service.
Yeah, man.
Like straight up, be like, damn, all right, cool.
And when you see the box, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, okay, right on." Like, you'll see.
That's why.
Do you know what? And it's I arrived home from work here on Friday, right? And there was a box outside my door, and it was around the size of a Hot Toys box. And I was thinking, I know it's not Hot Toy because I know what's coming and what's not coming. And it was just it was like a shock pump for my mountain bike, but it was just sitting out there all day. And I was like, I really don't want to arrive home and have that massive 3-foot box outside in the rain or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude, I was stressing because it was raining when mine got here.
Oh man!
Like, I was
See, that's the only thing
fine.
about like my deliverers. When they deliver here, they actually take those big ass bags and they'll put it over it if it's raining. So I like the simple fact that they do that. Like they'll put like this clear plastic bag with this bag over it so it doesn't get too wet. So I do appreciate that.
And
they even do it when it snows. Yeah.
Even the shipper box from InArt was packed just so well done. They put the corners on the outside of the shipper, like the little corner plastic pieces.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow. Like I had a hard time taking it off.
Impressive, bro. Impressive.
Yeah, no. For anyone who's wondering, it feels quality. Like there's no plastic clamshell shit that Hot Toys likes to give. It feels good. It's premium. It's legit. The minor issues, I think, InArt did a good job, man. Their paint apps, a whole new level. And great figure, man. I'm so happy to have it.
Definitely can't wait, bro. Can't wait to get it in the collection. So there you go. If you haven't already, if you want more information about it, my guy Dan on reviews, 6L reviews, make sure you head on over there and watch that review because it's definitely informative. and he'll show you how to slide it in right, nice and easy. So make sure
yeah.
you do that. Next, I want to kind of talk about this real quick. And again, this is the Ahsoka Tano that we're going to actually get from Hot Toys from, the Mandalorian. So this is the infamous, it's based off, now I say this, based off the Rosario Dawson interpretation. Not, it's just based off of that. Now it's good to say that because again, we know that the likeness isn't there for her, but I don't care. So we'll basically get into that, but I'm going to start with you first, Shane, because I know that we had a conversation about this the other day. We were talking about how phenomenal this piece is. Aside from the simple fact that the likeness isn't there, it's not that it has to look like Rosario Dawson, but it has to carry the characteristics and it has to look like Ahsoka Tano, and this is what we're getting. So definitely excited about this. Mine should be here next week. Who knows? I got to hit them up about, I got the notification, I got the shipping notification, but it still hasn't left yet. So you already know.
Yeah,
but
mine is stuck in LA, man.
Yeah,
Customs.
see?
Oh, mine's stuck there, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know when I'll get it. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, hopefully next week sometime, man. So definitely we'll see how it goes. But Shane, man, what's your take on this? Because I know this is something that you're excited about.
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Mandalorian, I'm obviously not a completionist, but when I think of like figures that are necessary for me for the Mandalorian, are always linked to the episodes which I love the most. I suppose that's probably not original at all, but you got your Durasteel Mando, some version of a Beskar Mando, the Boba Roba 2-pack, the Luke from the season 2, and this. I just love this episode. I suppose if I to sum it up, do I think it looks like Rosario Dawson? I don't. Do I think it looks like the prototype? I do, because I don't think the prototype was a doppelganger by any means of Rosario Dawson. But do I think it looks like Ahsoka? Absolutely. I think this is an amazing looking piece. I think it looks really, really very realistic looking, and it's kind of like, this is a type of figure, it's kind of like Cable. What I really like about Cable is that it comes with a bunch of stuff, and you can pose him with all that stuff, but it doesn't make it look like you're trying to shoehorn all the stuff in there. Like, you got the poncho, the BFG, the handgun, I think there's like knives, the grenade launcher and all the bits and pieces, the teddy bear, the time travel device, even the shield if you want. There's a lot of stuff, but it looks like it belongs. Same with this, the 2 lightsabers, the poncho. You could have like her on the base with the lantern hanging off the side, and then Grogu.
Yeah,
it's a real set vibe. I think this is cool, man. I'm really, really looking forward to this. But yeah,
it's definitely a beautiful piece, and I'm excited about. Dan, I'm gonna get to you in a minute on this piece, but because I kind of need your help, and I need everybody's help out there, like necessarily so, when it comes to this, because this guy needs persuasion. He needs the level of persuasion that we need to get him on board.
Do I know, man?
Yeah, dude, it could be one of your two. One of your two, man.
One of your two, bro. That's what I'm saying. Why not?
I mean, I'm looking at her right now on Sideshow.
Oh,
that's
man,
what I was doing. Well, look, she looks great. She does.
Yeah.
She looks great. It's hard because what I want to do with my other Star Wars IPs is I have like 2 figures ish, right? To represent, like Qui-Gon and Maul as an episode 1. That's it, right? Unless they give me a Padawan Obi-Wan, but for the most part, right? Like, I'll have Anakin and Padme for episode 2, but a little more than that, right? Because I have to have R2 and 3PO. But like, I don't want to go deep down entire lanes, right? So little by little, right? Just a little bit. So like, I'll have Fett on the throne with Fennec Shan, and that's you know what I mean? You see where I'm going with that? So you know, so for Mando, it's a little tough because I also really like this Ahsoka, but then I also think, well, shit, eventually she'll have her own live debut show. Right? But then again, therein lies the problem, because I also really kind of dig this samurai look.
Yeah, dude.
And that will probably change in her show. So then it's like, okay, what do I got to lose if I get her now? And maybe 3 years from now, when that hot toy comes out and I like that one, maybe I would get rid of this one or something, you know. and replace it with the more like her show if I like it better. So it's yeah, I think I convinced myself to get her. So I mean, it's just, but it's tough, right? Because she does look good. I don't have an issue personally with the portrait. I think it looks decent enough, in my opinion. Yeah. I think one of the issues too is always the photography, which is not to take away from these guys, but certain angles, certain lighting. She has rolling eyes. That's another wonky situation for anybody who has rolling eyes. Like if you get them just right and you get that angle just right, I see her.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to convince myself either, like some of these other figures where you're like, well, maybe, right? No, I mean as far as the sculpt, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we are like,
that's a bad
it ain't
picture
that
right
bad.
Here.
Yeah, see that, you know what I mean? But like other, I look at her and I don't go, ooh, like some of these other figures, you're just like, you try to justify the purchase, even though you know the sculpt could be better. I don't necessarily think it needs to be better. I think it serves its purpose. I think it looks like her, in my opinion, and like that looks great right there.
Yeah.
You know, the only issue I have is that we don't have light up lightsabers.
Yeah.
Customs, baby.
That's but that's like kind of a downer in a way.
Yeah.
If you wanted them on display, right? Now when I do photos, sure, I'll create the sabers, but for, you know, the physical display, it's like, damn, you guys are getting us with the USB lightsabers, and now we don't get. I get the arm because there's no swap out arms.
Right. Yeah.
But I wish they would have at least, and that's the problem, right? The next Ahsoka will probably have USB. You know, so you're like, But I like her. I'm debating if I get her which one to get, because I don't like the fact that both bases are separate SKUs.
Yeah, I hate that, dude. I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
and I have this base.
If you're trying to be like disciplined and you don't want to get her, don't watch Beskar Kids unboxing.
Oh yeah.
Nah, because he just sent me. He just sent me.
It just looks really nice.
It looks crazy, bro. That's what I'm saying. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Yeah, no, I mean, aside from that, no, I mean, I've seen her, dude. Like, she does look good. It's just whether or not, I don't know. And again, even if I decide it's, you know, her base is the Yoda base I have. So the other base, I kind of like with the watermark. It's just kind of neat looking.
Yeah, bro. And that was my problem, is the simple fact that, I mean, as a DX, why they didn't give us both options when it comes to this base, man. Like, they could have gave us this as well.
Well, they're doing that with Luke.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. With Bespin and Luke, we'll have both bases. So it's like, bro.
Yeah.
And maybe it's those are first world problems clearly here, but it's just like, I'm like, I would rather have that because, again, this is the Empire Strikes Back Yoda base that I have.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But maybe I want the more uniformed, you know, rectangular base just for how I display certain. Yeah, so it's like shit. And she does have the articulated Grogu, but I'm sure he's not going to be the last articulated Grogu moving forward. Sure, no. So yeah, I don't know. She's pretty good though, man. I'm stay tuned, man. Maybe you'll just see me unbox her one day. Maybe I'll have her.
Nope.
I mean,
what I will say though is before, and I'm sorry about that, Dan, but what I will say though, is that okay? And I'm using this as a point of reference as well. I got that Wonder Woman in, the Wonder Woman 84. I got it in on.
Oh, you finally okay? You got her in?
Yeah, so she came in on Friday. Bro, it is heavy. That figure is heavy because it's a newly it's basically the silicone body is brand new, and it does have that steel, like that you know.
Yeah, does she have the metal skeleton?
The metal skeleton. So it's heavy. So if they're doing this remotely close to that, now here's the thing: the upper body we know is probably going to be the only thing that's silicone, because like the lower part they don't really have to do it. But man, it is heavy. It's a heavy figure to actually have. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a tad bit of bro. It's amazing in hand.
Yeah,
everybody who was bro, it is amazing. It is by far the best one that they've released outside of. I mean, the golden armor was good, but it doesn't articulate the help. The face is there, but this one is incredible. I honestly say that. So it's worth having. It's definitely worth having. But yeah, I'm just wondering if it's going to be weighted just like that. What were we going to say?
No, that's a good point. I don't know if it is, right? Because they advertised Wonder Woman as such, right? So is that is that moving forward like with Bane, right? They're like,
yeah,
hey,
that's what I was gonna ask.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this,
That's what I was gonna
did
ask.
Ahsoka miss the bus? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
what
she
I'm
didn't get
wondering.
the USBs. Who
If it
knows?
did.
I'm wondering, if this was still silicone, if this was like that new silicone or not.
Right.
So
Or
that
she
was-
has, you know, metal, you know, endoskeleton. You know, who I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. The Wonder Woman, I'm glad that you have it then, because I don't know.
my
I was really, because you know, I don't have much DC universe shit from the movies, but I have my Nightmare Batman. I got my Black Suit Superman. I was like, let me get this Wonder Woman,
bro,
and I'm good.
It's worth it. It's worth it. I will tell you, it's worth it, Dan. If you're on it, it's definitely
The only thing
worth it.
I think that is better than that Black Suit Superman is the actual Justice League one. Just those red and blue colors, man, are just they pop.
They pop.
They're classic.
They pop.
So
They
like
definitely
that's
pop.
the only. But like the Black Suit's still amazing. But like if there's a figure that's better, it is the Justice League one. But if you don't got it, I think the Black Suit's amazing. Like I had to have them both. I had to. So
yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
That's definitely. So, Dan, what do you think about? I mean, with this piece, I know you have it coming. What's your excitement level for it, man?
I was actually pretty excited for this. I've been wanting this since it was supposed to release summer last year, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be released in the summer, and it was supposed to be. Then they pushed it back to like December, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, so I've been excited for this pretty much since it got announced. Like, dude, I love the, you know, just like Shane, I love the episode she was in. I love the outfit. Like, she looked incredible. In terms of the head sculpt, I think in some angles it's definitely Rosario, but then like when you look at the side by side shots, of course, it doesn't really look like her. But
yeah,
I think it's pretty close. Like, I think, you know, me and Dre were kind of talking about it, and like we were both kind of landed around like 7.8 for the likeness. But I think as the figure as a whole, it's Ahsoka, man. Like, there's no question about it. Like, that's Ahsoka. Like, I think right there is pretty decent. Like, it's just for some reason the cheekbones. I think that's what everybody's talking about. The cheekbones are a little too pronounced. And, something about the mouth is a little off, but that's Ahsoka, man. There's no question about it. It still looks like Rosario for the most part. I think it looks great, man. I'm really excited for this. I might even get the custom CCFL lightsabers for these, just because, like, yeah, dude, it's gonna look sick with the white. I'm really excited for this, man. Like, I am kind of, you know, booty hurt that you don't get both faces. You know, like that's kind of annoying to me, but
like it makes sense because I mean, with that base, bro, like it just so much you could have actually done with it, because even the idea I had in my head was just having real water around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be cool. You know,
good to have it. So it would look
sick.
So good.
And then like primetime reviews, like posted some dope pictures of it, and then you know, he did a little unboxing on Instagram as well, like, and like the foam packaging, it looks good, man. It's a DX, like I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to get it. Mine's stuck somewhere and just waiting on it, man. Like, I think the orange is like perfect. Like, the orange actually matches the face. Like, it looks good, man. Like,
it definitely looks like a good figure, man.
Like, I passed up on the Clone Wars Ahsoka for this. Like, this is the one for me, because I think this one is just that realism. It just looks so damn good. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, definitely, man. Cam, I know not to go to you, bro. I already know, Cam. I already know not to do it because
you already know it looks good. I think it's good. Rosario Dawson. It's not 100%, but it's close enough. I think
it's Marvel, bro. I swear.
Yeah,
it's Marvel. Is it? Oh, I gotta get this thing. But I mean, since Dan said, I mean, because my only comment, like Anthony said, also was that the lightsabers was just a letdown for me. I think because like even though I'm not getting it, I just feel like the most pivotal scene is the first the beginning of that episode where she was running down those
in this forest
with
here,
and with the lightsabers, and I'm like, you just see them light up and then just start tagging people, and I'm like, yo, you don't have that. It just feels like this figure is just missing a huge part of it, honestly. But if you can get the custom version, like Dan said, then I feel like this thing would be complete 100%.
Like the custom sabers, and that's the thing. Like, if you go the route of getting the custom, then it kind of like, you know, especially like that's the custom LED USB, correct? That you get from
it's
him?
not LED. It's
like the CCFLs.
The CCFLs that they use. Yeah.
Cathode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which are better? What's your better?
They're better, but you just can't leave them on for too long.
No, they're hot. They're hot.
Oh wow. Okay.
Matter of fact, I happen to have Luke's right here.
Yeah, I got a few
so like these are cool. I got it all wrapped up right now, but that's Luke's CCFL. But
they look great not lit up though too.
Right, they look great not lit up, but they're hot. They run hot, and you can't run them that long. They have like a finite hour before they'll burn out too. So you want to be, Yeah,
the guy I got them from, he said full powered.
Hello.
An hour max, but
you don't want to leave them. You
can stretch it a bit. Yeah, just
you can leave them, on for like a certain. And I guess, like I said, with especially having it with this figure, here's the thing, like. I'm one who will, especially if I'm doing like reviews, not a review, but if I'm doing a posing session on it, I'll add effects in the end. I'll do basically the actual posing session, show you how it's posed up and stuff like that. But then I'll add a photo with it lit up. Like I'll add effects on it because I just don't like. After the issue that I had with Kylo Ren, I was like, fuck that. I'm never doing it again. I'm never putting those batteries in that arm. I hope they get past that shit. I'm hope they're going to move past, and I think they are, but I'm never doing that again. Never. It was such a headache, and like to put those batteries in and have to go through that whole process, snapping the arm back in. I was like, I'm not doing that because I thought I broke it at first, but it was okay. But yeah, definitely a figure that if everybody's going to get it in hand, it's good to have. Now this next one I want to talk about, man, like I've been kind of like going back and forth with it of whether or not I really need it or not. Like literally I've been going back and forth because we've been having this discussion and I'm almost leaning on the side that I might cancel this, bro. Like literally I really, really might. And again, it's the shinies, bro. And in my opinion, just me and the shinies, like I really had to I was just thinking about this yesterday. I was like, okay, I have to go through everything that I have and what is most important to me, and again, I'm not a huge clone collector, and I'm not a person who needs or feels the need to have every clone. I have the Chrome, of course, I have the 501st, both, I have Rex and I have Cody. I have the Coruscant guards, but it's like, do I need to continue down this line? You know what I mean? And I know some people will be like, well, yeah, you need it especially if you want the 20th, but do I really? You know what I mean? Like, I just, is there like a level of urgency for me right now? No, that's not basically where I'm at. Shane, what you think about that?
Keep it short and sweet. I'm a trooper collector, but thankfully I don't collect prequels or animated series, so that means it's a lot easier in my wallet. Just picking a lane. But I've nothing bad to say about this. It's cool. Like if you're big into the prequels and you're big into the clones or you're big into Clone Wars, like it looks super. Like I mean, it comes with like a bunch of accessories, the 2 phase 1 2 helmets, a few different blasters, and the backpack. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people are doing when they have like 6 of these behind Mace Windu or something like that.
And see, that's the only reason why I still have them on order right now, because I'm thinking about Mace. You know what I mean?
How many?
Like I got 2, because I always stick with the rule of 2. I don't do more than 2.
Oh man, for Mace, that's about 4 or 2 less, man. You need to get 6.
Six of them.
You gotta go with your gut, man. You gotta go with your gut.
Hell
Mafia, you need to back us up, because he was talking about that Ahsoka to you all week. You know what I mean?
Well, no, and I know, because I get it too. I know because he knows I like her too. There's a difference. Not to say that Leia doesn't like the clones, but it's just you got to go with how you feel. Like, do you really need them in your collection, right? Like I mentioned, I'll have Anakin and Padme, right? Probably R2 and 3PO, but I think I would. I don't need to go all in to, for my display, right? So same with Leia.
Have everything.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, they're cool, especially because I'm not one to argue, man. I've got like 12 different stormtroopers, like OT. And I love it. I love having them all together, with Vader and Tarkin and stuff like that back there. But like, so if you're into the clones, this is dope. But Is it something to write home about? No, it's going to be another clone that you have, same body structure, same. It's the 501st. It's not painted, you know, and that's fine if you want the clones. But I get that when you're trying to prioritize, especially if you're getting 2 of them. Now it's about $500 that could be spent elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
That's
to,
that,
it's
and
hard.
that's
It's
what I'm
what's your
thinking
level,
about, bro. I mean, I again, the only reason why I ordered him anyway was because of Mace. I wanted to have him flanking Mace. You know what I mean? I do want to kind of recapture that scene. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, again, every Jedi that I actually have, that's, you know, basically what they would want to say, General, at that point. I wanted to have, you know, a couple of clones flanking, you know, itself. So again, that was why I got it. But then I was like, you know what, is it a rush on it? But then I'm always like, okay, if I don't and it sells out, because clones, especially clean, all white, same thing that happened with the stormtroopers, they have a tendency to sell out quick, like literally. So I'm like, all right, I'll just think of it. Luckily, I have it on order with Underground, so it's still a deciding factor for me. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with it right now, to be quite honest. What about you, Dan?
Damn. I am not a trooper collector. This is cool though. I mean, I have two 501sts. So I think I'm good with that because I have those flanking Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin, and I can live with that, man. But these look dope. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. And you know, I was really considering getting some of these when they got announced.
Yeah.
Like even the pilot, I really want the pilot. I think that's one I'd probably go for.
Yeah, see, that's
Man,
the one.
that pilot is amazing.
That's the one I
pilot,
might get just to have one because I think that'd
Be
be
hard
badass.
to say no to.
Yeah, so I think that will be the one I go with, even if I just get one, because the clone. I mean, the pilot's still up, right? It hasn't sold out, right?
I'm not sure.
Or waitlist.
I don't know. I think that is a wait.
Is it? Oh,
I
shit.
think it might be. I'm not sure.
It'll be available at other places, you know. So I'll probably just get the clone pilot because I think that's cool and it's very unique. So that's the stuff I kind of gravitate towards, like the more unique stuff when it comes to these clones and like stormtroopers. Like, but like, you know, I might not always pull the trigger on them, but yeah, dude, these are they look cool, man. Like I would love, like, trust me, if I had the space, dude, and the money, like I would army build these and like have them doing some kind of crazy battle scene. That's badass, man. Like I wish I could do that. Like I honestly have debated going to Black Series just to do that stuff, you know, for the clones, like for Star Wars stuff, man, because I think that's really cool. And like some of the photography I've seen out there is just crazy. Like, damn, it makes me want to do it. Like,
yep.
I don't have the space for it, you know.
Check out my man, the non-artistic. You know, basically the non-artistic. He actually does like the Black Series, and the photos that he creates over there is incredible. So check him out too, bro. But yeah, I mean, again, like I said, it's one of those things where I was like, I don't know if that's, you know, where I was gonna go, but I mean, still, it is up in the air for me. Again, Cam, I know this isn't the discussion that you're gonna have, you know, when it comes to these figures, bro. It's not a space that you kind of.
It's an Iron Man, bro.
Is it? Oh, this is the Blanco, Iron Man Blanco. I got you. That's what, I mean, I think it looks good. And if someone is looking to trooper or clone build, then this would be a perfect one to get, especially since it comes with the 2 different helmets from Phase 1, Phase 2. With a launcher, a rifle, backpack. Comes with tons of different accessories. You can switch it up to make all the different ones if you're getting several different of them look, you know, different from one another. But for me, it's a no, 100%.
Yeah.
Hell no. Yeah.
He said hell no. I mean, again, it's
how can you see? How can they see? How can they see?
What you say?
This is why their aim is so bad. Okay, it's why they don't never shoot nobody. Little eye hole.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. But you know, we'll see.
They'll make them again too, dude.
Yeah.
Make them. It just won't be labeled the Clone War. You know, the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, because the 40th Clone Wars thing is the thing now. So.
Right. I mean, you know, because it's just like, look at Hot Toys and how many stormtroopers they've made, and I mean like base stormtroopers, right?
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel there's a FOMO for it. just if you want it, you know, then get it. But I feel like down the road you're gonna see, you know, standard clones again too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what's called still hasn't been released yet, right? Or they haven't even announced with the clone commander, the one with the yellow, and then also the trooper with the yellow as well. I think it's I think they're phase ones. Matter of fact, they had them on the coming soon page, but those haven't even dropped yet.
Oh no, those haven't even dropped
yeah.
yet. Those not at all, bro. They've been.
So like
I don't.
said,
Which I don't
they're
understand.
gonna still keep coming. Like,
They didn't give
See,
Cody.
now-
I mean, Cody shit. They haven't given him.
If they gave us
anything.
like Republic Commando type troopers, I would get those.
Oh, those are sick. Yeah, dude. Those
You
are
know,
dope.
those I would get regardless, just because I enjoyed the game back in the day.
Light up helmet.
Hell
Yeah, and
They even
I
actually
like the
showed-
style.
They actually had an episode of the Bad Batch on Wednesday with those. So
yeah.
they were actually on it. So I was like, yo, that's crazy. If they
So there
did
could
that
be a
and
chance they could.
Yeah,
Batch
bro,
Telling me there's a
that-
chance.
Yeah, right. And if they did something like that with the light up feature, I am all in every
That'd be dope,
day,
man.
bro. So definitely, I cannot wait. So again, like I said, I know that I'm erring on the side of getting it, but I'm just like really thinking about, you know, a couple of things. So we'll see. But again, I just don't want to go into a situation whereas I lose out because I made that decision. So still thinking, still have a chance to get it. It's still there. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to ask one last question here. One last of the questions that I have listed here. And I'm gonna start with you, Mafia, on this one. You know, this is a very important question. I think that we all need to ask ourselves, you know, when we're thinking about it, we're thinking of it from every aspect of what we deal with and what we go through every day when it comes to collecting. This is a broad question, and I did it this way for a reason, because I want everybody to think. And the question is, what will it take for you to walk away?
Ooh.
What will it take for you to say, I'm done, and walk completely away?
That's a
Now,
tough
just
one,
think about
dude.
that. Just to think about that. Like, that's why I put it. I put it here for a reason, because it's something to think about.
Collecting or content creating?
Yeah, because we're in a unique position as well. I guess it goes
Both.
hand in hand though,
Both.
Both.
because I'll tell
What
you
will it
this
take for
much.
you to walk away from all of it? Because you have to think about when you started. You started as a collector first. Content creating came second. It came down the low
Always,
front.
yeah.
You knew that there was a space to have these conversations. You know, we're thinking about when it was safe.
Well, I've been a collector since I was a kid, right? In my 40s now, I don't see that stopping. There's waves, right? There was waves. I would say as a kid, you got stuff from, you know, whatever, family, you know, your parents, whomever. And then you kind of go through a phase like teenage years. I was like, well, those were toys as a kid and they were cool. And you get a little bit older, then statues started coming around, right? You know, like, oh, I like those. I get some statues, and then Hot Toys started coming around. So you know, you there are times where it comes and goes, but now that like you're older, and you look at stuff like that, you're like, well, shit, I've always to some capacity have collected something, whether it's comics or figures, you know, art prints, whatever, right? To walk away would have to be, I would be dead inside, realistically, right? I would feel
Empty a bit.
empty, completely empty, right? Because I've been, whether or not I've been reading the materials in comics or books or watching the shows or movies, all of that is part of my identity of like who I am as a person. So if that was all stripped away, I wouldn't even know who you know what I'm saying? Like I'd be a different person fundamentally. I mean, my tattoos are comics. Like, you know, it's like I would be a different person. I don't think I could walk away, man.
Yeah.
Unless from the YouTube perspective, right? If I was like, you know what, I'm done for whatever reason, then, or subsequently, if I decided to walk away, then I would walk away from doing stuff on social media, because I couldn't see myself walking away, getting rid of everything, and then continuing having discussions about, because you're out, right? Like that's such a hard, I wouldn't go. Now, as far as getting rid of my entire collection, right? I've always said if it ain't bolted down, it's for sale. So if something came up, if I happened to have, you know, family who needed something, or there's like a emergency, you know, imagine if I had a kid and it, you know, I needed, you know, they had to undergo something, right? And I needed money, then fuck it, it's out the door, right? Because the memories are still there. That's what you grew up with anyway, right? You know, so I don't know, guys. That's a good one, man. I don't know. I guess some type of emergency.
Yeah.
It's nothing short of me fucking dying or somebody I know.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's definitely it. Yeah.
Because I'm taking this shit to the grave if everything goes according to plan.
Bury me with my hot toy.
Right.
Bury me with my shit. Like straight up, or
so,
pass it down to my children and let them
Just
do
throw
whatever
this,
they need
throw
to
the
do.
statue in there with me. I'm good.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can't let, you know, to that second half, if you're talking about content creating, you can't let other people dictate your feelings or your outcome of what you're doing, though, right?
Yeah.
Because let's say there's a bunch of people that don't like you, or there's a bunch of people that don't like me, or whatever. That's not a reason, in my opinion, to stop doing what you love doing. Because you're not doing what you're doing to please someone else.
Exactly.
Right? You're doing it because it's your passion, or it's your therapy, or it's your outlet, or you know. So it would be really hard for me to be like, oh, I'm out because of some nonsense, right? You blow that out. People come and go, this and that. Like, never sweat the small shit. But emergencies is the only thing I can think of, dude.
Yeah.
That's where I'd be out.
Good answer. Shane, I'm gonna go to you next, bro. What would it take for you to walk away? And you can't say snowboarding. You can't say you can't say that. You cannot say that, because I know he was. Ooh, let me think about that. But then, no, what would it take for you to walk away, bro?
My kind of story is a bit like Anthony's, because we're of the same kind of vintage, and we appreciate
same kind of vintage, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm 40 this year. I'd say you're in and around that.
Yeah, 41.
Yeah, so we're kind of the same age-ish. We're kind of same generation, 80s stuff and all that.
I thought you were like early 30s, bro.
Are you just being a charmer?
No, I'm dead serious.
That's how old I try to act. Thanks, Dan, you sweetheart. No, I feel 40. I definitely felt 40 yesterday morning. Yeah, like collecting. I was collecting long before I was content creating, and I'll be collecting long after. Like, I think the content creating will be a lot easier to bow out of than collecting. Like, for me, it's simple. If when it stops becoming enjoyable. Now, I'm not talking about content creating. I'm talking specifically about collecting. If I'm not enjoying it, then I'm out. Yeah. But I mean, I still remember like those first they're not collectibles, those first toys I got, those Toy Biz Batwing and Batman and Joker from the '89 Batmobile that I always refer back to when I was like 6. Yeah. And like, if it's that you're thinking that back far in your life, it's like there's a lot going on. There's it's the first movie you ever loved. This is first one of your earliest Christmas memories that you're like, oh, that was a great Christmas. Like, and all the stuff now they're collecting ties back in some way to some sort of IP, movie, TV show, film, whatever that I loved. So I think the short answer is, if I'm not enjoying it anymore, then I'll stop. Or of course there's some major event where I'm like, I need every red cent I can get, and then I just have to
emergency purposes.
Then other things are more important. Like, the obvious answer is, if you have a kid, or you're sick, or they're sick, or something like that, or you just need every single bit of money you can get, then it'll.
But that's a temporary setback too, right?
You
would think, because maybe you would dip back in again, your toes would go back in the over time. You're like, hey,
exactly. Like, and I'd like to think that even if I had to, I'd be like, okay, when I do the episodes of Visions, like, the last question is always, what are your 3 fire figures? Like, even if I say like, okay, I've got to get rid of everything, I wouldn't be getting rid of everything. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna allow myself this 3 or this 5 or this 10 where I'm like, I cannot part with these. Okay, so maybe you're going through a rough time, maybe you lose your job, or like I said, someone's sick, and you're like, right, I need all this money, sell, and keep those, the best representation of your favorite characters. Maybe you only end up with 5, or maybe you end up with 10. But I don't think I'd ever be out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that. What you can, bro, like what's your thoughts? Like what would, make you, say, you know what? Cut, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm done. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Collecting, I'm done, with this. I'm done with content creating. It's just something that I just have to walk away from.
Yeah.
And we all know that, like now, during the days, like, sometimes it's, we go through that period where we need a break. We're just like, you know what, let me just kind of step away from it for a little bit,
Yeah,
and I'll
for
come
sure.
back a little bit later, just, just trying to get myself a break from it all. But what do you think, bro?
Yeah. So for the content creating part, I kind of had my break, when my daughter was born. So it kind of, I was out of the community so distant, just kind of focused on her, that like I came back to so much and was like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like completely lost. And if you know me and like the streams I do, I'll stream here and there. You know what I'm saying? I don't drop a lot of content here and there. I do it, I guess you could say, pretty laid back for the most part. So it really doesn't stress me out as far as like, yo, I have all this stuff I need to drop immediately, especially since I only focus on one IP. Yeah, once it becomes like crazy strenuous and just like feels like a burden on me as far as even crunching in time to do stuff, then that'd probably be the time where I'd be like, all right, I want to step away from this because I'm not delivering even to my subscribers what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they subscribe for, is to get content. And if I'm not dropping that, then what am I here? You know what I'm saying? So, and then for why would I stop collecting and why would I get out of it? Will probably be, like Shane and Anthony said, probably for emergency purposes, honestly.
Definitely, bro.
When I think about now, so like my daughters are here now. They're one of them's older. She's 11. She has about 7 years until she get ready to go to college. And now in my head, I'm like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's another payment right there you got to think about, even if you're going to a smaller school or a bigger school, you're looking at like $25,000 a year alone, for 4 years. That's something, you got to think about too. So
definitely,
I don't think my figures are worth $25,000 a year. So I'm like, oh, all right, well, this is something I either need to cut back on or maybe like, pace as we get there.
Pace yourself. Yeah, definitely pacing yourself.
Yeah, definitely something to think about though. I think for everybody and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna continue collecting until that day gets here. And fingers crossed, honestly.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Shout out to my man. This is my guy right here, KS Geek, man. This dude I've been watching, for a while. I follow him on Instagram. He's another brothers in arm when it comes to Star Wars, my OG. He is this guy right here. I mean, this guy right here. I want to say this guy right here is another reason why I started my collecting journey. Another reason why I started my content creating. I owe a lot to this guy right here. Like literally, we talk. This is my guy. So everybody, shout out to KS Geekman for being here. That's my brother. Thank you for being here, brothers. Always. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you for being here and stopping through. Yeah, he's an awesome dude, bro. Awesome Star Wars collector. He's a diehard Star Wars collector. So definitely, bro. So glad to have you here, man. Dan, I'm gonna ask you the same question, bro. Your thoughts, man.
In terms of like the content creating, I think walking away, kind of what everybody said. It's like I don't think anybody like saying anything negative about me or channel or whatever would get me to stop. I think it's like if I feel like I can't produce like the content that I feel like people come to my channel for, or like, or if I just don't have the time, or if I'm just not putting out the type of quality content that I think, the viewers deserve, then yeah, I'll probably step away, because I think like at the end of the day, I've been I forgot which one of you guys said it. I've been collecting before the content creating. I'm going to collect long after. So
yeah,
content creating is just a bonus to what, I do for my collection. It's fun to talk about this stuff, and like, yeah, it'll live on. But like, it's just one of those things. Like a lot of people like here on this YouTube / community thing, like a lot of people take a lot of things personal. It's not, at the end of the day, this is social media, man. Like this is nothing. Like this is like, we're on here to have fun. Like, and I wish the community was a bit more together in that sense, but
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of a topic for another day. But to walk away from collecting, man, yeah, I think the same thing. It'd have to be some type of emergency, or like, let's say Hot Toys just decided to only do Marvel, then I'm out. But like, you know, there's other things to collect though, man. Like it's hard to just drop collecting as a whole, because there's so many different things to collect. There's comics, there's sports jerseys, there's posters, there's
sneakers,
art,
bro.
there's so much stuff to collect that, you know, like I've
Shane's
had posters,
beanies.
like yeah, dude, Shane's Carhartt sponsorship,
Shane's
man.
Carhartt, Shane's his skis.
Sorry,
You
you
know,
remind me.
yeah.
Actually, this episode was brought to you by Carhartt. You are not obliged to buy from them. I'm just keeping you informed. Use my affiliate link.
Damn, that's a hell of a sponsorship.
Yeah, that's a hell of a sponsorship. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, dude, it's just there's it's so hard to walk away from this type of thing, man. Like unless, like I said, I need the money or something. Like I don't really see myself stopping collecting entirely. Like you know, of course, like we all take breaks, like it's normal. You know, there's a lot of times where I don't buy anything for like months, like at a time. You know, like,
true.
There's just you know, there's always those times, and I just think that you know, it's just one of those things that's part of me. So it's like, let's say I don't collect 6-scale figures anymore, I might jump up to statues like a psychopath. So
Boom.
I might do that. Yeah. So or drop down. I could just say I don't know. There's always
12 scale, something like that.
For
Yeah.
me that, you know, I would like to collect. You know,
I'm already getting back into statues. It's rough.
Oh, dude, I can't look at anything statues right now, bro, because there's so much that I want that like if I can't do it, I just can't do it.
Definitely so much out there, bro.
So like, yeah, it's just it would take a lot for me to have to walk away, man. There would be some kind of crazy storm of people just not, or like companies not making the stuff that I want in my collection, or like you know, there ain't no way I'm stopping collecting anytime soon. But content creating, it can happen if, you know, I feel like I'm not doing what I like, you know, it's not enjoyable anymore. So
exactly, bro. And I think that's the big thing is for me, you know, when it comes to content creating, it's what brought me together here with you guys to witness everything with the community. But I think that behind the scenes, a lot of people don't know what goes on. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of like nonsense, a lot of bickering back and forth that needs to stop. You know, and you know, for us to kind of continue to create. Again, I was talking about this on, you know, even Mafia show last night, that we're only a small pocket. We're a small pocket, you know, in the YouTube, social media and content creating community. And it'll continue to shrink if we continue to go through these problems, you know, that we're actually having. And some of us, you know, we get to that point where it's just like, you know what, fuck this. I don't need this. I walk away. But at the same time, I think my commitment is to not, and I said this before, my commitment is not to a content creator. My commitment is to, you know, everybody out in the chat, the fans, everybody who continues to watch us, and they want us to give them information, and that's where our commitment lies. Speaking of which, we got 110 people in here. 110 people. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribed to everybody here. All you got to do is hit the like. We need it. 100 likes. I need that. Hit it right now. But anyway, yes. I mean, that's what it is. As far as collecting for me, I ain't going nowhere, bro. I'm not going nowhere. I've been collecting, you know, since I was 6 years old, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be 50 this year. I'll be 50 years old, October 25th. I have earned my stripes when it comes to that, bro.
2 days after mine.
Yeah, October 25th, bro. That's my birthday, bro. So definitely, and that's what I'm saying.
It's in our DNA, man.
It's in our DNA, bro. That's who we are. Like, we're collectors. You know, we live for this. We live for the art form. We love the art form. You know what I mean? When I look at, you know, Shane's display, I mean, I always joke around it's clean, but no, literally it's clean as shit because you can see it and it's visibly, you know, pleasing when you see that display, which means that he has a passion for what he collects and likes this the way it looks. It's like museum, like a museum-esque type of thing.
It also means that Michael Caine visits here twice a week.
Michael Caine goes to wife every 2
very nice guy, really nice guy, like down to earth.
Yeah. There you go, KS class of 92. You already know what it is, bro. Yes, it is. KS Geek, man. That's definitely, we are class of 92. Always rocking with that, man. Definitely. It's hard to say class of 92.
It's hard hearing it.
Is when I graduated from high
Mine was
school.
99, so it was like,
yeah.
I'm not even gonna tell you when I did.
Yeah, I don't want to either now. I was like,
Oh,
what
I
you
don't
guys?
wanna say
2015.
I'm a 2015 kid. Yeah.
Damn, for real.
Oh,
I
my
just,
shit- my
just
shit's-
ballparked it.
yeah, my
Yeah.
shit's 06.
06.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, yes, I am the class of 92. So I go way back, like backbones to car seats. And I'm talking about the steel car seats. That's what I'm talking about. But hell yeah.
My girlfriend was born in 94, man.
Word. She was born too. Wow, okay.
Yeah,
We got
man.
class of 09. We got class of 86 out there. Damn, that's what I'm talking about, bro. 19
Damn.
class of 90. We got class of 91. Beskar said he's a class of 90. Whoa. William
Class of
Owens says
75.
class of 1975. No, stop. Really?
Dang.
Really? We got Latoya T, my baby, class of 01. We got Terry Floyd, class of 92. 89. Wow, we got a cool. Yeah, there we go. Everybody putting that class out there.
Oh, G's in the house, huh?
We got some OGs. 6CT is like class of 88. We got, we got some classes out there. 06. Damn.
Damn.
That's
Caleb
what
Miller, 18. Damn.
Yeah. Class
those
of
were-
69. Mark
Those were
P.
good times, though.
Wow, we got classic. Damn, we got some classes out there, bro. Straight up, I thought I was class of 69. I mean, they class of 79 collection obsession. Wow, we got some classes out there, boy. Beautiful this hobby. Definitely, man. The beauty of this hobby, diversity in age and demographics. Definitely, bro. That is the best thing. Is the simple fact that all of us, we have that in common. It's just that diversity, but we all love to collect. We got Zach one class of 99. Yo, that's what I talk over.
That's me, man. So
Class of 99 Mafia.
Hell yeah.
There you go. That's the year my daughter was born, bro. My oldest, she's 23 now. So that's the year she was
Dude,
born.
99 was freaking cool though, man. Cause
Yeah.
like we got the
Matrix.
Matrix. Yeah, see, but then right after that was like Lord of the Rings. You had some prequel stuff happening right
Prequel
then
stuff
too.
happening.
Like,
yeah, definitely. Class of 90. Because the thing is, Lord of the Rings, I took my daughter, bro. I remember taking my daughter to go see the first Lord of the Rings. She's a baby. I had her out.
I saw it. Yeah.
And she was quiet. She was quiet. She fell asleep. And I was like, all right, cool. Until she got too relaxed during the movie. And I was like, ooh, oh yeah, you're a little bit too relaxed, bro. Yeah, but
Man.
nah, that was memory.
shots,
But yeah,
I know shots are gonna get fired, but I still think Lord of the Rings is the best trilogy.
even
I think
I don't remember them.
I think
so.
it. Look,
Oh, the shade.
I will. Oh, fuck that shit, bro. I will
I
always
saw
love
them in the theaters
OT,
too. I was just
right? Look, I'll always love the original trilogy, Star Wars. Just
Yeah.
there was some kind of, for me anyway, and it could be age, bro. Like I didn't grow up going to the theaters to see the original trilogy,
You know what
Right.
though?
but seeing Lord of the Rings,
I get that, but you know what?
Yep.
You know what my trilogy, my loyalty lies, bro. Literally, it's gonna be crazy. Star Wars, Harry Potter, then Lord of the Rings. Sorry, sorry, not
well, at least
sorry.
Lord of the Rings is in there. I would
and
say
then
Indiana
the
Jones,
Matrix.
but
Well,
it went a
I
little
would have said
further.
the Matrix, but the Matrix kind of died off.
Yeah, it got
There's
progressively.
only one Matrix film.
Yeah,
Bro, but there
agree.
was something about going to Lord of the Rings because it came out every December. And I remember that's when it was like the midnight shit, bro. It could be a snooze for some,
Twin
man,
Towers. The Twin Towers.
but, bro, in the theater though, that shit was banging. I mean, it was standing in line for 7 hours with hobbits and wizards,
Yeah.
and it was fun, man. It was just super cool, dude, and fucking epic ass movie, dude, or the whole trilogy. It's long though. I get it. It ain't for everybody.
It was
but
long. If you watch the special edition, bro, the extended.
That's all I watch.
Oh
bro.
my
All I watch is
God,
the extendeds.
yeah.
Fuck it. I got
Oh my
nothing
God,
to do. I'm
bro.
putting
I'd
on
rather watch
Extended?
Zack Snyder's Justice League multiple times, 3 times in a row than I go
Damn,
back.
bro, dude.
I like the theatrical cuts of the Lord of the Rings, but
Yeah.
I
The
can't
thing
do
is,
4
I also
hours.
grew up playing like Dungeons and Dragons and reading the shit, so I've always been into the medieval fantasy and sci-fi fantasy. So it was like, damn, Lord of the Rings is like, it was so big, dude. Like when you go, It's just the theater experience too, right? There's
Star
something
Wars
there.
for me,
Star
bro.
Wars is it for me.
Star Wars is it. That's the end all be all. No ands buts about it. The original trilogy, bro. That's it. It shuts everything down for me. That is always going to be my go-to. I can give a shit about everything else as long as that's there. That is my space, bro. That's why I say that. And the only reason why, and I tell you why I say Star Wars, Star Wars, Harry Potter, then Lord of the Rings, and I tell you why. Because Star Wars and Harry Potter has one important factor in common. John fucking Williams. That's why. Yeah. And it shuts it down. I can listen to his soundtrack anywhere all day. That's what it is. And because of that, I am there. I am Star Wars die hard. It's tattooed all over my body. That's what it is. That's how much I love it, bro. Just like Shane loves skiing.
Whoa! What's the skiing shit about?
Snowboard.
Watch your mouth.
He's like, whoa. That's snowboarding, motherfucker. Definitely. But thanks, guys. It's been an amazing show. Thank you guys out there. Remember, hit that like button if you haven't already. I got everybody in the subscription. If you haven't already, follow and subscribe to everybody that you actually see here. Cam, what do you got going on, bro? What you got coming up, brother?
Nothing. So no, I got I'll be dropping some new videos this week and some new photography. So super excited for you guys to see that. But yeah, man, thank you for having me as always, bro. Appreciate it.
As always, bro. So glad to have you here. If y'all haven't already, get over there and follow my bro Cam. You know what it is, man. Cam's collection, not Killer Cam, not Yu-Gi-Oh, is Cam's collection. Definitely, basically,
Yu-Gi-Oh guy better stop eating off of me, damn it. I'm telling you.
Is he still eating off of you, bro?
I hope not. I'm like,
is he still eating off of you? Oh man, we got to make sure that don't happen. But anyway, make sure you get over there and follow. Next up, come on, man, Shane, tell him what it's all about, bro. You got it ready? Are you ready? You ready? You got it up?
Oh, okay, one second.
You know you gotta have it up, bro.
I wasn't even going to put it up, and then you said, right, here we go. Wait. Okay.
Come on, man. You always got that ready, bro.
All right,
ready?
Okay. This is just the lazy man's promotion. So this video is on my YouTube channel now, where I give my thoughts on Paz Vizsla, a brand new figure that's pretty much the same as the other figure. Thoughts on Ahsoka, thoughts on Shiny, and then a few live streams here for good measure. So thanks very much for having me on. Do appreciate it, and it was a great stream. So
definitely,
yeah,
bro.
that's pretty much all the stuff on the channel at the moment. And if you like the content, maybe you consider subscribing, and if you don't, that's okay too. So thanks for having me. Good to see everyone.
As always, bro. So glad to actually have you here. Mafia, what's going on, man? Tell them what it's all about, brother.
Well, hey, man. Thanks for having me on this morning, man. I was finally awake.
Yeah,
it's early.
You was
it's
up.
early for me over here, man. I don't even know how fucking Dan's here. Like you're an hour behind me.
Yeah, this stream is usually 9 a.m. for me, and like weekends I tend to sleep in. So like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Me too. But I was up and I'm like, hey, cool. Let's talk shop, man. But now, I mean, my Saturday shows. I got my new Tuesday show. You're gonna be on, I think, this Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
That's fun. That's more, all encompassing, right? We're gonna talk some X-Men stuff, some statues, some comics, a lot of cool shit. I did do a brief short, which is doing surprisingly pretty good on this 66 Batmobile, but I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna do a full regular review on it. Like I did that live unboxing, which was nice, but I need the power cord, So as soon as that gets here, hopefully everything's good, and I'm gonna put up a nice, good video here on this Batmobile, and that's it, bro. Just rocking, man.
Man, but thank you for waking up. Thank you for being here, bringing the coffee.
Thank you for waking up too, man.
Thank you for waking up. That's hilarious.
I treat every day, man.
I'll bring the coffee, bro, next time.
Yeah, because I'm already out, dude.
Straight up, man.
Me too. Empty cup.
Yeah. But hell yeah, man. No, but it's awesome. It's always fun, man. It's always fun,
man.
Dude.
Thank you for having. And finally, my guy, bro. What's going on? Cheating ass Dan and Dre over there. 6 scale reviews on IG and YouTube. Tell them what it's all about, bro.
Hashtag cheating ass Dan. That's right. Look for that hashtag. It's there.
But like, how many times do you see that now, though? People just call you cheating ass Dan. See you.
Oh, dude, it's everywhere. I get it in my comments. Everywhere, dude. I love it. It's funny. What's coming on the channel? I do have the Batman XC suit. That review is coming. I have Robin from Batman Forever. Gonna be doing a review for that. I got that from my boy Hawkwarts Toys. Shout out to you, Ray.
Nice,
Ray over at Hawkwarts, man. Definitely.
Yeah, that's my guy. Always hooking it up, dude. Really great service. I like that guy a lot. So yeah, gonna be doing a review on that, and then of course the In-Art Joker review is out if you guys are interested. It's a fairly lengthy video. I broke it up in chapters if you want to skim through, and yeah, man, hell of a figure, and yeah, appreciate being on with all you wonderful gentlemen here. It's always a good time. It's always a good conversation, and if you haven't already, hit that like button.
Make sure you do.
And,
Definitely make sure you do. And thanks for being here, brother, as always. And shout out to the Empire Strikes again for the $2 super bond we saw earlier today or earlier. Appreciate that, man, as always. And everybody who actually decided to stop through, it's been a pleasure. Remember, have a great weekend if you haven't already. And you know what? Everybody out there, I didn't hit the matrix today, right? Got this cord working. I'm fine. I didn't hit the matrix. You didn't see this whole camera thing kind of fuzzing up like it has been last couple of fucking days. Everything's been cool. But anyway, thank you guys for coming in. Have a very nice and wonderful Sunday. I'm going to have a nice evening tonight, sitting back, enjoying The Last of Us next episode.
Yes. About that.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that. So it's going to be a good one. Again, thank you guys for being here. Everybody out there, have a nice rest of your Sunday. Keep on collecting and clap them cheeks. Let's go.